Hello everyone, just jumping on today to record a short little video showing you the Blackout Embossing Technique, I guess is what this is called or referred to as. I'm Emily Kimmy with EMK Creations and just wanted to share this fun technique. I'm actually teaching a class in person tonight and we're using all different embossing techniques. We're going to do 2 dry embossing and 2 heat embossing, and this is one of the dry embossing. So I thought I'd do a video to show everyone who can't join me for class how to do this. Turns out it's actually, I thought, pretty easy and quite fun. So for this, I use the Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. And so I cut a piece of white, or whisper white, or basic white now I guess we call it, thin, regular cardstock to 3 by 5.5. So it will cover, the full length of my card front. And I ran it through the embossing folder. And then I'm actually going to, for this technique, I'm going to turn it over so that the indented part of the embossing, I guess the resist part, is what shows. This is what I often would use if I was creating with an embossed image, but in this case we're going to use this one. And I am going to pull out my Berry Burst ink pad and a blending brush, and what I did for this is I just went ahead and colored inside the flowers. And you'll notice that you do that, it'll go inside because you're doing the indented part. So I filled those in. Oh, you know what? On my other one, I did not do the smaller flowers, but you can do it however you want. You could do all of them in the same color, but in the end, I'm actually going to go back. I will do some of these other ones in yellow in a minute. So just adding my color into those flowers. One thing with your blending brushes is typically I would tell you to tap off and start blending off of your image because you'll get darker spots. But on this, I was okay with it because of how this is going to look and the fact that it's going to have black all around it. So I don't mind that it's darker on the inside. So just get those filled in as much as you want. And then next up is actually adding the black. And here I'm going to lift it up so you can see that again. So then all I did is I took my Memento Black ink pad and started running it across the image. And you'll notice then it picks up, you're going to probably get messy. It colors in or adds the ink to the raised part of your piece. And some of the ones I saw other people do, they fully made sure that it was completely covered and super dark. I actually kind of liked that there was white still left in there in spots, and so I left it that way. But that's what you do then to add your black, and then you can set that aside. And then what I did is I took blending some of my blends, and then I went and colored in. I will say you may want to be careful if you got black ink down in there. It could pick it up because it's going to be thicker than you're probably used to using your black ink and then coloring. You could pick any color to go back in and color with. I was using the lighter one. I'm going to try the dark just so you can see the difference. It definitely stands out more if you use the dark one. And that's the one that I obviously had colored in. So that was all I did then to finish this off, was to add some yellow to those spots. Notice that I did not do this one here, and now I'm noticing it. So you could go back and you could add a little bit of ink and get some of your Berry Burst down in there if you wanted to make sure that spot was covered. So then for this particular card, I did add some, let me make sure I've got some adhesive right here. I did add some strips, and how I do that when I'm adding strips is I actually put my adhesive on the back of this piece, and then I line them up like this because otherwise I feel like I don't get it even. So I'm going to add these strips, and then that's going to give it a little bit more color around the edges to make it pop. And then I just adhered it to my white base. And that was all I did so far. I hadn't quite decided what sentiment I would want to put on this. So if you have ideas, feel free to share in the comments. And I love it when people share what they make. So feel free to comment back, share your pictures, find me online. I am at emkcreations.com, or you can find me on Facebook at EMK Creations. I love to have people share projects that they've made. So here is what it's going to look like. And again, I put it, my first one, I put it in towards the top. This one, I'm kind of putting it more towards the middle. And again, we'll see how messy my fingers are. But I always say it's not a great stamping day if you don't get ink on your fingers. But there it is. So this one, obviously, I did a little bit darker. This one was a lot lighter. You can experiment and try all different color combinations, but turns out it's not that hard. Looks like it, but it's not, which is my kind of card making. So like I said, let me know what you think. Also, for the next 2 weeks, starting today, if you make a purchase with host code GMRRVU7Y, I am actually going to be doing mystery boxes. So I will be sending out product in equal amounts of what you purchase online using that host code. I would then send you a mystery pack with paper or stamp sets, embellishments, ribbon, new and gently used product that I have that I want to pass on to others. So thanks for watching, and until next time.